People, people, tune the fuck in now. It ain't too late. It ain't too late, people. We got another one. I told y'all it was gonna happen, and it's happening. This here Space Baby Wayne Battle Rap Views. Y'all already know that, right? Y'all already know that. I don't know how interviews earlier today, but this one right here is the one. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Carolina Zone, Charlotte, North Carolina Zone. Shall I say the other? Listen, we got Battle Rap Zone, a new rookie coming up to the URL stage, the URL platform. Me personally, man, I've been watching this guy for probably a few months now, and I'm gonna be real with you, bro. The elevation, I salute. I commend everything that y'all been going through. We got BoZE the Bambino in the building, people.
Yo, yo,
Now,
yo.
let the people know first and foremost where you from and where you're at now.
Shit, man. You know, hold on one second. Let me spark this up. Hold
Blunt Sparkers, salute. Uh, yeah,
on. Shit, man. That was BoZE Da Bambino, man. Charlotte shit, faro shit. You said so where I'm from and where I've been. You mean like where I started battle rapping, or like where I'm
facts.
actually from?
Both. Let the people know who don't know.
Well, shit, man. I start here, babe. I'm about to bring you a lighter. Shit, I'm originally, like I said, I started battle rapping down here in Charlotte. I started at Hard Knocks Battle League, man. Shout out my nigga Darius. You know what I'm saying? He gave me my first shot on the stage, you know what I'm saying, in an actual battle where I got footage and shit like that. That's versus O. We did that down here in Charlotte. Shout out to them, man. And then, of course, I went, you know what I mean? I got to give some love to the league that, you know, I spent some time with at CPBL down here in Charlotte. You know what I mean? And then, you know, my career kind of took off from there. Ever since then, man, my big break probably was, I would say, my invitational probably when I went to go perform in New York on We Go Hard with Mike Terra and Troy Martin, man. So that's kind of where shit really started taking
Salute,
off for me.
salute, salute.
You feel me? So it's a long process, took a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, man, but we here.
Facts. All right. So, I heard you mention Far Out. How did Far Out start? Where did you come up with the name? Let it just pop up out of nowhere? Why
Um,
Far Out?
So actually, man, it's a funny story because shout out to my brother Zay, man. I battled Zay down there in Charlotte. That was probably like my third battle ever. And he actually was already attached to the brand. You know what I'm saying? He had some stuff going with the brand, one of his homies from college and stuff like that. Shout out Kurt, shout out Shane. You know what I'm saying? They kind of was already flirting with the name and kind of doing some things with it. It hadn't really taken off yet. They was kind of in the beginning stages of it. So once they saw us battle, you know, they saw my talent level and what I could bring to the table. You know what I mean? And then we all just kind of came together and cooperated and start pouring into the brand. You feel me? So after that, that's when, you know what I'm saying, that name kind of started taking off. So now Far Out's known in Nigeria, Africa, it's known in Australia, it's known
That's fire.
across the Carolinas, it's known across the country. You feel me? So shout out to them boys and the hard work that it took to, you know what I'm saying, bring that label and that name up to par.
That's fire. That's fire. So, real quick, how do you feel about the rookies coming up behind you?
Fire, man. Like I said, you know, I think they hard headed as fuck, but I do, like I said, I think they talented. You know what I'm saying? I think they got a bright future in what they doing as long as they make the right moves and detach themselves from negative energy and dark clouds. You feel me? So, but I definitely am excited for what's going on, and that's not just Charlotte. That's all the Carolinas. That's North Carolina, South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? The surrounding areas and stuff like that. I think the Carolinas is in good hands, man. I think it's going. You know, it's not going to ever be a fall off period between, you know what I'm saying, what we doing right now and what we trying to do with the Carolina movement and what's going to come after us.
All right. So, what's your best battle and what's your worst battle you ever had in your career?
My worst battle probably was my King of the Dot battle. But the only reason that was my worst battle, bro, I ain't going to lie to you. Shout out King of the Dot. Shout out my nigga Rigo, Organic, all them boys, you know what I'm saying? But the reason that was my worst battle, bro, was because we battled at fucking 2 o'clock in the morning. 1 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. Ziggy fuck around, gave me an edible before the battle. And I was drooling before I went on stage. So that's probably
Damn,
my worst
Ziggy.
battle. And you know the crazy shit, I still caught a 30 though. That's the craziest shit. Like, if you go watch that battle right now, it's BoZE Da Bambino versus Cable Guy. I still dropped 30 on him, but you know what I'm saying? I just wasn't me. You know what I mean? I was rebuttaling and shit, and I started fucking up in my place in the battle. So yeah, that's probably my worst battle. My best battle, I don't know, man. I think my personal favorite battle is probably me versus Slugs on Bulldog. It was a 1 round battle. You know what I'm saying? I only had 7 days prep for the battle, but you know what I'm saying, my comfortability level and what I was doing in that battle kind of, you know what I'm saying, set the platform and the blueprint for what I'm doing now. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to them boys.
All right, so I need 2 top 5s, 2 of them. I
Mm-hmm.
need your top 5 at the big league level, and your top 5 from the Carolinas outside of your group.
Nah, you can't do that, man. Come
Outside of
on,
the
man.
group, bro.
You
Because
can't do that,
I
man.
already know. Listen. I'm every last member of your group. I can say I've listened and watched their battles. Every last one of them is talented. Every
Okay,
last one
okay,
of them. Major
okay.
salute. But
All right.
this is different right here. If you
Top
had to be a
5.
step,
And you put me on the spot.
it
I
don't
think for
have to
the
be no order either.
okay shit for the big leagues, I would have to say Kayshawn Hitman for me because he's like one of the best performing battle rappers I've ever seen in my life. Um, New Jersey Twerk, Rum Nitty, and I think that 5th spot for me would have to be damn man. It'd have to be Geechee, bro. It had to be
That's a
Geechee,
solid
and it's
list.
no disrespect to the older eras, you know what I'm saying, of battle raps and stuff like that. You talking about the Mooks, the Reeds, the Calicos, and people like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, we all started watching battle rap at a different time, and I did watch a lot of their battles and stuff like that, but I grew up in the culture when the people I just named was really getting it in, you know what I'm saying?
Facts. Some people ain't watched Dr. J.
Right,
Some people
right,
ain't watched Jordan.
right,
Some people, unfortunately, do not have the opportunity to see what Kobe did.
right. That's a fact.
But hey, everybody got their favorites. Now, your top 5 in the Carolinas.
I'm gonna name myself, obviously, because, you know, that's
But you were part of the group, bro.
God
That's
damn, bro.
automatic. This I already know. This is an automatic pick for you. Like your whole team would be 1 through 5, and
It's a
2 of them
fact.
would be in the same spot. Like,
That's a fact. All right, so I'm gonna go DG.
mm,
I'm gonna go Truth Watching.
mm-hmm.
This is no order. I'm gonna go HD. I'm gonna go. Damn, man, it's so many of us, bro. I said DG, Truth, HD. I can't name none of us. That shit crazy as fuck.
There's so
That
many
shit
people in here.
crazy as hell, bro. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go re-up. I think re-up is, you know what I'm saying, outside of us, he's definitely up there. What's that? What's that? 3? That's 4.
4.
That's 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go. Damn, man. I'll probably go Zigzag.
That's a good pick.
Actually, let me just start that bitch over because I just thought of some names. Let me start that over. I'm gonna go DG, Truth Watson, XO, re-up
Mm,
Snub,
mm-hmm.
Zigzag. That's what I'm
That's
gonna
still
do.
solid though. That's still solid.
And it's crazy
Still
because XO took a break. You know what I'm saying? He ain't been back in a while, and we ain't seen much work from him. But what he did before he left, you know what I'm saying? It definitely shows. You know what I'm saying? Some shit. So XO is definitely up there, man. He just gotta stay consistent and keep doing what he's doing.
facts. All right, now topic at hand earlier was should the vets give the rookies any pointers?
Um,
How do you feel about that?
I think yeah, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, especially when you coming up from the same state, same city, whatever. Like, you know, you want the people behind you to keep going what you've been doing. You know what I'm saying? You want them to do great. So I think offering advice is definitely something that vets should do, but also like everything is subjective because of the type of people you're dealing with. So if you're dealing with certain rookies who think they've already got it figured out, you're dealing with certain rookies who already feel like they're at a certain level, then maybe you should just let them figure it out themselves. You know what I mean? Because sometimes if you interject and you try to give advice and stuff like that, it could go left because they might think you hating on them. They might think that you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like they might take it the wrong way. Everybody's different. We are our own men at the end of the day, but I feel like, as vets, we don't have a responsibility to do that because when we came up, bro, we had to earn everything. You know what I'm saying? And I know people, these rookies hear that now and they like, oh, whatever, da da da. You gotta be the same. You can be different, bro. We literally got shitted on by the vets that was in front of us. And when people reached out to us, the people that reached out to me was the bad news, the T tops, you know what I'm saying, the people that's in the position they in now, the R streets, the rigs, the people like that who reached out to us and said, you fire. I think you got potential. This is what you should work on. We didn't take it with a grain of salt. We listened. We applied what we had to apply. But a lot of things that we got today, we had to get it out the mud, bro. We didn't have that helping hand and that holding hands that I feel like people have now. They expect. And also like people going vets who are in positions to help people behind them and stuff like that. If you disrespect them, you don't support them, you don't fuck with them, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to turn around and be like, here goes some gems for you. You know what I'm saying? To help you improve what you do and stuff like that. I think it goes both ways between the rookies and the vets. But to be more direct with your question, yeah, I do think vets should offer advice, but I also think it's it depends. You know what I'm saying, on who you're dealing with, and are they willing to take the advice from you? Are they willing to learn? Because if you're not reaching out to vets action, then nobody's gonna reach out to you. You know what I'm saying? They're not just gonna hit you up one day in your inbox. Sometimes they might, but then most of the time, 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna hit you up and be like, "Yeah, do this better, da da da, change this." But if you reach out and you show people that you want help and you want support and you want, what I'm saying, pointers and stuff like that, people will be more, what I'm saying, inclined to help you.
All right, but that's a good answer to that question. All right, so NXT says, I hate, and y'all battle. I'm not gonna lie to you. The way he was saying it is just,
I hate that fucking
bro.
round.
But he was still good, right?
Yeah.
Do you still feel any type of way about that battle, or do you look at it like, yo, it is what it is?
I'm on to the next one, bro. Like, fuck that battle. Like, at the end of the day, don't like. I learned a lot from it. You know what I'm saying? And it was very important when I was in it. But the tournament only matter when you're in the tournament, bro. Like, but it's a setup.
Facts.
It's an alley oop for what you got to do next. So everything that's happening in between this time of the tournament and what's next is the most important part of my career. The interviews, the talking with the fans, the showing my faces at events, to what I'm saying, booking matchups and things like that. This is what is going to set my career. The tournament just gave me a platform to be seen. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the
Right.
day, I still feel like, and a lot of people feel like, even with URL, I did capitalize the opportunities I had at hand. I lost the battle in the tournament, but I still won the battle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because at the end of
Right.
the day, I still got over 2,000, 3,000 fans from that appearance. I still got over 600 followers on Twitter from that, like from people being able to see me, you know what I'm saying, and be able to, what I'm saying, engage with me and stuff like that. So, the battle does piss you off as a competitor. You lose a battle, especially 25 Gs. You know what I'm saying? You can't put your hands on. So at the end of the day, it did piss me off. But after seeing what's at stake and what's at hand, and also what I got from it, at the end of the day, like, it is what it is. So I can't be too mad about it. I wouldn't change it and say, oh, I'm not gonna do the opportunity. If I had to go back and do it again, I'll do that shit over and over again 100 times. You know what I'm saying? So it's caffeine. It's U4. It's the biggest platform you could be on. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, the battle definitely helped me grow. It taught me a lot, but what I'm saying, like, I don't dwell on losses. I don't dwell on wins too much. Same thing with
Right.
Stummels. I beat the hell out of him, and I didn't even. It was 2 days after that battle that I forgot about it, and I just literally start writing again. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, you can't dwell on things too much because there's always work to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
So on to the
Right.
next one for me.
All right. So now, big league, little league, right?
Mm-hmm.
Far out versus.
Faro versus what? Like another group?
Yeah.
Faro versus Swamptown.
All right, I saw that battle. That was a good one.
Faro versus Swamptown. That's what it is. That's what's always going to be like. Us coming up, they was coming up around. They actually started way before us. In all honesty,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying. But I feel like we caught up to them a little bit, and that's not taking nothing away from Swamptown and the individual battle rappers in that group. It's just we rose at a fast speed, and at the end of the day, they still were who they were. You know what I mean? And we used them for motivation to get to where we at. So if you're talking about local like groups and stuff like that, I mean, I would have to say Swamptown. Now, if you want me to give the answer you want me to give you know what I'm saying? Because you want to hear something else. You feel me? Like I peep you. I peep what you doing.
Hey,
You want to
I'm
hear
trying to
something
figure
else?
out. Look, I know what the people was asking, bro. I know what they asking.
Man, like I said, if it ever come down to it, if the boys work hard enough, we'll you know what I'm saying, sweep big foes, we'll sweep boss moves, we'll sweep. I don't even know who the fucking other groups is, what I'm saying, right now. I know
South Mafia.
South Mafia, shout out to Gats, you know what I'm saying, them, but how you think they match up? I just think right now, it's
Interesting.
it's gonna take some time, but
Very
shout out.
interesting.
Shout out to them Big
Very
Four boys, man.
interesting.
In Charlotte, they doing their thing, they moving. Like I said, that's still 704 in Charlotte at the end of the day. So, you know what I
All
mean?
right, definitely, definitely. All right, so we got like three more questions before I let you get up out of here, right? We got one, your top three battles that you want to do in your career, no matter when it happens.
Kayshawn, Lou Castro, and Av.
Damn, bro.
Some of those are gonna happen soon though. Some of those are
All
gonna
right,
happen.
so I'm gonna be real with you, man. You versus Kayshawn, I'm biased. Hometown, off rip. And
Okay.
even if he wasn't hometown, I look at it like, yo, that's Kayshawn, dogs.
Yeah,
Like
it's
that's my favorite
Kayshawn.
battle rapper. So
But see, right
um
now, like you gotta understand, like right now, if I had to see him at Rookies versus Vets, just understand that I would never lay down for
it would be a
nobody. You
fight.
know what I'm saying?
Now, this is what I won't do. This is what I'm not gonna do so the people understand. What I'm not gonna do is act like BoZE the Bambino cannot stand in there and actually put up a fight.
Right,
I will not act like he can't do it.
right,
But I do know the reality.
right.
That's Kayshawn.
Yeah.
That's one of
But let me
you know
tell
what I
you, let me
mean?
tell you something interesting that you don't know that I got a different perception about some vets when it comes to rookies and new eras and people coming up in the game in a battle. These vets are very powerful. They have a superpower, right? They're
Mhm.
knowledgeable, right? They know a lot about each opponent that they get. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's somebody who came up with them in their class, whether it's somebody that's been in URL for a couple years, things like that. Their kryptonite is when they battle a new person, right? Who they have no information,
Mhm.
angles, anything on. Kayshawn's not going to call to the Carolinas and try to find some dirt on somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's not what he does. You feel me? So he's going to go into there and he's going to create angles and find angles. He might talk some shit, whatever the case may be, get under my skin a little bit, whatever. But that's the vet's kryptonite. They don't know too much about us. They can watch our old battles and, like I said, with
Mhm.
their knowledge and their talent level, you know what I'm saying, they can take certain things from those other battles, what other people say, and expand on them. But we know everything about them because we was fans first.
Facts. Big
See what I'm
facts.
saying? I could look
Big
at
facts.
Kayshawn and I could talk about everything from the time that he started his career to now and literally put it into 3 rounds. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be more effective over there because they know him as a legend.
Right.
You see what
Right.
I'm saying? So that's my only take that I've learned since I've been here. You know what I'm saying? Kind of around these people and sitting at these tables, like that's very important. So you know what I mean? I think K's trying to get me right now. At the end of the day. But as far as Lou, I don't think Lou. I think I'm gonna really turn up with Lou. You know what I'm saying?
That'll be another fight. That'll be another fight. That's one of those to me, like I see certain battles as a type of mirror match that people won't understand. But
Yeah.
it's like when you stand in front of it, you get it. Like the
Hmm.
similarities that y'all have is like, yo, y'all
Yeah.
seeing that against each other, that'll be a fight. That's
And
hometown
Av.
too.
Yeah,
So
that's a fact. All right, let's go Av then. Fuck it, let's go Av. Let's go nigga from down
Av,
south.
a big
So,
dog.
so with
All
Av,
right.
like Av though,
Mm-hmm.
like you know what I'm saying. I feel like out of those three, he's the hungriest one. But I mean, obviously Lou and Kayshawn hungry. I feel like they never slack. But Av, man, I feel like he really studies his craft and takes it very serious. And I think that's somewhere I'm gonna have to go to the top of a mountain for 2 months. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be honest
Call
with
out of
you.
work.
I really feel like BoZE Da Bambino versus all three of them right now at this stage, right? If I had to call it, it would be maybe 1-2, debatable. I don't know. You might could get Lou, you might not. You could probably get all of them, give or take, to be real
Right,
with you, right?
right.
But I'm looking at it like I gotta have Sean,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would say Av. Av was gonna probably bark on you, bro. He gonna bark on you,
But let
bro.
me tell you, let me tell you,
I
let
ain't
me let me tell you
gonna
why we different though. Let
lie.
me tell you why we different though. Let me tell you why we different. When I battle Bad News, right? First
Mhm.
off, Shaw, let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? 50 YM. Check out, you know what I'm saying, LTAI Battle League and upcoming talent in A League. But when I battled Bad News before the battle, this is before I really got my URL looks and stuff. So no, I think it was actually after one of my URL. I don't know, I don't remember. That shit is all a blur now. But when I battled Bad News before the battle, they kept saying, you know what I'm saying, BoZE and Bad News is similar. Who's gonna have the better bars and all this stuff like that? Who's gonna have the most energy, whatever. Man, I beat the shit out of Bad News, bro. I don't care. Listen, a lot of people got me winning 2-1, clear. You know what I'm saying? But at that point, it was a name. That was the biggest battle of my career. You feel me? And that was
Mhm.
somebody who's been on these stages, who's experienced this stuff, who's been here, you know what I'm saying, multiple times. So, you know what I mean? Like, I don't look at the battle like other people, like fans look at the battle. Oh, this is a rookie compared to a vet. No, this is another nigga standing in the way of another opportunity in front of a door that I'm trying to open. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, at the end of the day, battle rap's not about winning or losing, bro. That's the problem with
I
people.
was literally about to quote Sino in this situation, right? Because you named three people at three different levels of the game right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lou being the closest to you,
Right.
and then I would say Sean being at the top, right? Sino Savvy, salute. The best you can do is make it debatable. And in that sense, it means something different here. Where it's
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, I just gave you my opinion on who I thought would win the battles, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you can go in there and fight and just keep fighting it, and you still come out winning.
Right.
As far as like,
I
yo,
could
more
really
people's
go in
gonna see
there.
you.
I could really go
You
in
know
there
what I mean?
30, bro. I can go in there with Sean and get 30 right now, but have a flawless performance to
Right.
where my
And
rounds
that
could be anybody else on that card.
right. And that's where you win.
Hmm.
You
And
know
they
what I'm
book me
saying?
again.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And that situation, that's the type of thing I look at for everybody in general, where it's like, yo, y'all could go in there for the win, but the best thing to do at the end of the day is do your shit so that way they can keep talking about you
Right.
and
But
keep
see
looking
the
at you and
issue
all that shit.
like not issue, but like what people misunderstand before they get to a certain level is that wins and losses do matter at the beginning of your career though. Like
Mhm.
when you're in your first year, your second year, when you're trying to build a name, build yourself up, get people to know you. Wins and losses matter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even if you have a great performance, if you win and you had a terrible performance and your op choked 3 times, I'm not gonna give a fuck about that. You know what I'm saying?
It's
But if
the
you,
what did Jay Black say? He said wins and losses doesn't matter until it matters.
hmm
And it's that I get it. Like at this stage, trying to get in, you supposed to be going for the kill all the time. At the
hmm
same time, I'm looking at it from my sense of, yo, going in for the kill, bro.
yeah,
Right? Do your shit at the end of the day, no
hmm
matter what. Do your shit
right,
at the end of the day. That's how you win. In certain people's eyes, and some people's eyes, you might. It has to
right,
take the numbers so that
yeah,
way you can get the bigger bags and the bigger looks and all that good shit.
hmm
You
yep,
know. But,
that makes sense.
last two questions. Who's your next op?
Um, that's funny you asked, man. What can I say on here? Um, I'm gonna
Just
say
give the
that
people a clue if you can't give the name.
I've been talking. I just know that rookies versus vets is coming. You know what I'm saying, with the new class and some established vets, and a lot of people have been talking to me crazy. So
Mm-hmm.
I've been talking to me a little crazy on Twitter. You know, he been taking his shots. You know, because these vets, when you come into the game, it's not like you get to these levels and these vets don't talk to you, they don't know you, anything like that. No, they were just watching us on caffeine. You know what I'm saying? So they gave us pointers, drop jewels to us, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like coming into the game, so they know who we are. So I've been talking to him. You know, fans been wanting to see me and him on Rookies versus Vets. And the one that's probably going to be closest is me and Danny Myers on Rookies versus Vets. So and Danny been talking crazy too. So you know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean? Like
he got some drama out here in Carolina.
yeah,
Yeah, he just battled Ton too. So, shout out to Ton. Um,
yeah,
you versus
he
Danny Myers. Yeah,
yeah.
that'd be dope. Um, last
But
question.
real
Yeah,
quick,
go ahead, my fault.
Danny's actually more dangerous in my opinion than Av and Lou Castro.
Right,
He's more dangerous,
Danny.
bro.
He's a different type of pen.
Yeah.
Like yeah, he's up there, up there. Um, levels. I was at the event.
Okay. What you think?
Solid,
Appreciate it,
solid,
man. It was hot
solid.
as a bitch in there, but
Bruh, I think it was the venue owner did that, turned up
yeah,
the AC or something. But
yeah.
I definitely got to see levels part two.
Okay.
When are we going to get the battles?
They'll be dropping soon. We had to work out some stuff with the cameraman and get everything together, but they'll be dropping soon. We just working everything out, and this will be a levels too. Me and Zay chopped it up about this the other day. You know what I'm saying? We got in tune with some things, and we think we're gonna throw another one, and I'm a battle on the card. It's gonna be a 2-on-2, me and Zay probably versus some names. You know what I'm saying? We can see
Mm,
like, you know what I'm saying? We might be able to see Twerk and Suge. We might be able to see somebody, you know what I'm saying, on that card. Because Twerk definitely fuck with us heavy, man. Shout out to New Jersey Twerk, and
yeah,
he just beat the shit out
salute.
of Loso. So shout out to
I
him, man.
watched
You
that
know what I'm saying?
man.
Yeah, he fuck with us
Yeah,
heavy. So he'll, you know what I'm saying, most likely he'll be in the building. We might get some people from Let's Talk About It to come out again. You know what I'm saying? Because we definitely partnered with them on a lot of things. But levels 2 is gonna be crazy, and the battle should be dropping soon, man.
but let the people know where to find BoZE Da Bambino.
You can find me on Instagram, BoZe_Bambino. You can find me on Twitter, BoZe_Bambino. On Facebook, same thing, man. Like I said, shout out to fawrout. Shout out to all the upcoming talent in the Carolinas. Shout out to spacebabywayne, man, doing your thing. You giving a platform for people to come out and, you know what I'm saying, kind of get in tune with themselves and stuff like that. Um, I would definitely like to see you, man, like start to, put your live somewhere else too. You know what I'm saying? Like
Big
get
fact.
on Instagram and go live with some artists and stuff like that, because I think you're talented in what you do and a lot of people fuck with you, your personality and what I'm saying, your platform. I think if you take that to the Instagram, because I don't know if you know Angry Fan Cap, you know what I'm saying? I fuck
Mhm.
with Cap heavy, man. And he does these Instagram lives and stuff like that with artists and it's definitely popping and they get down to the nitty gritty and stuff. So sometimes just have some people come over and hash their shit out. Not like a face
Bet.
off, but just talking to them, let people tune in, you know what I'm saying, pop in and out, talk their shit. So, but yeah, definitely shout out to you, man. Keep doing what you're doing. And anytime you need me to come on here, you feel me, and just chop it up with you, just let me know.
Definitely. I got you on that, man. Big salute to you. I appreciate you for coming up here. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. There you have it. We got BoZE Da Bambino in the building. Everything he got going on from now to the end of his career, y'all stay in tune with that. All right.
I appreciate it, man. Y'all take it
Whatever
easy,
he
man.
did in the past, check that shit out too.
That's a fact.
99% chance you will be thoroughly entertained. You
Yes,
get what I
sir.
mean? And he's a beast. He got bars. He's
Yes,
not one
sir.
of these slouches out here. Trust me. All right.
Hold it
Shout
down,
out
man.
to fawrout. Shout out to everybody that's associated with BoZe Da Bambino.
Oh, yeah.
This here is spacebabywayne Battle Rap Views. I need y'all to subscribe to my channel also on YouTube, spacebabywayne Battle Rap Views, of course. Go and look out for my first battle. I feel like I'm a little rusty in there, but check it out. Space Baby versus Jay Ryan. Let me know if I got cheated or if he really came in here and beat me the way the judges thought. And then go to
I'm
the
gonna go check
league
that out. I'm
page
gonna
and
go
let
check it
them
out.
know you want to see part two. You want to see part two, all right? You want to see part two. Space Baby Wayne versus Jay Ryan part two, all right? Yoda gang.